today I want to show you guys how to make a shim for a handlebar so you can attach a different size handlebar onto your stem. Say you want to put a BMX handlebar on a stem that is for a road bike, etc., etc. So there is a way to do that if you happen to have steerer tube cut laying around. This came off of a bike that I installed a 1-inch fork on, similar to this bike here. This is a 1-inch fork and it runs up, and so sometimes it's too long when you buy a brand new one. You got to shave off the top. Do not throw away the excess because it can be very useful. One of the uses for it is if we measure it, you'll see that the inside measures exactly 22 millimeters and the outside measures exactly 25.4, which is the conversion of 1 inch. So 1 inch equals 25.4. That means that this will fit inside of this stem here. It's about the same diameter as this stem clamp, but the inside of this will fit a traditional BMX handlebar or a mountain bike handlebar as it tapers down towards the end where the grip is installed. That is the inside diameter of this 22. So what we want to do is we want to cut this, and I've already cut out a section so you guys can see. To make a shim, just you start off by cutting, putting this in your vise and cutting straight down the middle. You might need to make some grooves, some initial grooves there in order for your hacksaw to be lined up. I use a small Dremel and I just cut 2 grooves there. Once you got it started, cut all the way down and then put it into, if you don't have a vise, 2 pieces of wood to hold it, whatever. But I happen to have one of these handy steerer tube cutters here. They're not too expensive, just basic bike shop tool. And just put it in there and you cut, straight across, and that will give you 2 shims. So you can make a shim for free. You don't have to buy these things. Just keep these tubes that are always laying around and cut them like this, and you will have 2 exact pieces that will fit exactly the shim that you're looking for. So don't forget to file it down. Here's our shim, 2 pieces to the shim. So go ahead and pop one in behind the bar and one in front of the bar, just like that. And then you can put your face, your stem face, onto it. If you have a 1-piece stem, that's cool too. You'll just have to slide it all in. It's a little easier when you have a 2-piece stem. The face, and just put your stem bolts on, tighten those to about 5 Newton meters, or wherever your wrist feels comfortable tightening. Usually that's about 5 Newton meters. You don't really need a torque wrench, just do it by hand. And you'll see that it does tighten and it does work. And a lot of people would want to roughen up the shim so that it has more grip. I don't particularly think that grip is as important as mechanical clamping sizes to be exact, because that is going to provide a far greater bond. Say for example the steerer tube is completely smooth and the stem uses typically 2 bolts to clamp onto the onto the steerer tube of the bike, and that bond is extremely powerful. So don't worry too much if your shim is smooth. It should not slide around, and if it does, it doesn't hurt to go, to take a Dremel and make it sharper and jagged. But chances are you could, scratch your stem up if you have a nice stem, or you can, potentially the shim will fail. So, this way it's nice and solid. There's no way that's going anywhere, and that's how you can get a BMX bar onto a traditional 25.4 or 1-inch stem very easily, just by recycling an old steerer tube. Thank you.